what's the importance of a color wheel and what do they actually teach us? Initially, I was not interested in this at all when I was painting or starting to paint because I just wanted to get to painting. And this looked like complicated rules and I just didn't want to get involved. But I did come back to it at a later time because I understood that there is a lot of value in these. And once we learn it, we know it. We don't have to keep going back to it. We get comfortable and it's meant to serve as a foundation. So there's so many different types of color wheels. I have several of them here and you know, this is a really common one where it you can move things around and it shows you different stuff. They highlight a couple of basic things. And besides going all the way around with the colors, you've got pretty much your cool colors on this side, the blues, greens, and purples, and then the red, orange, and yellows, they're warm. But then it's all relative from there. You can have a warm red and a cool red. So just as a general guideline, and we have so many different things. So this one here, you've got a color up here, the three primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, and you can move them around and see what happens when you mix them with the color next to it, and it shows here. And it's a really great concept, especially as beginners to understand, because we have something called complementary colors, and let me use this one here to show it. This is my favorite color wheel here because it's just so simple. You've got red, blue, and yellow, and they are the three primaries. And in theory, we can mix any other color from those three, which is kind of cool. And so they have a line drawn to each one of them. But then you've got something directly across from that blue or directly across from the red, directly across from the purple. And those are called complementary colors, and they can do magic. So if I mix a blue with an orange, I get one of the most beautiful grays. And I can then go heavier on the blue or heavier on the orange, and I have this whole range of color that I can do. And it just makes our paintings really more beautiful, a more sophisticated palette, and just harmonize more. And so what you might want to do at some point is actually mix these up. And I've done plenty of these where I've created my own color wheel and then I played with different shades. And when you do this a few times, believe it or not, you're going to understand what color does on a much more practical level because you're doing it. And as you're doing it, you're feeling it, you're seeing the color change. And then the ideas start to come in your head. Oh, what if I add a little black to this? I'm going to create a darker shade. What if I add a little white to this? And it goes into what we call the hues. You can either add white or black. And so it lightens it or it darkens it. And you get this entirely new range of colors just from mixing those two, plus a black or a white. So when you take something like a red and a green and you mix them together, you're going to get a totally different type of gray than you would if you got, for example, a purple and a yellow. And it is really worth doing that exercise at least once so you can see. And then you take those shades and you play around with them, try different purples, different yellows. You're going to get different shades of gray with each one of them. And then you just see which ones you like and you use them from there and you bring a little bit into your paintings and you can see the level of sophistication and harmonizing that it brings into a piece of artwork.